claim to be Cleverdicks. But are they? It takes one to know one. I'm Anne Widdicombe, and this is Cleverdicks. Hello, and welcome to Cleverdicks, a general knowledge quiz show designed to unearth the most intelligent people in the country. But the question is, will they remain cool or simply freeze under the pressure of becoming today's Cleverdick? Here's how it works. Our four potential Cleverdicks are asked a series of general knowledge questions. Of each round is then eliminated. Our current Cleverdick, Paul, is back for the fourth time and is in no mood to relinquish his title. So let's meet his first challenger. So, Jill, you're up against somebody who's back here times, who fancies himself as a real Cleverdick.
Sure.
How are you feeling?
Give it a go and see what happens.
So what do you do?
I'm happily retired, Anne.
OK, how are you spending your retirement? What are you doing?
I crosswords, I cycle.
How do you... Got a whole library of quiz books?
Not a library.
Hardest.
Greek
Greek mythology.
like that.
So that's what you don't want to see come up
Not
today in your round?
Not particularly, no.
But what do you want to see?
My favourite subjects are both history and geography.
So, I know why I'm a Cleverdick. I'm a Cleverdick because in a game of televised celebrity Scrabble, I won by a very, very large number of points. Why are you a Cleverdick?
Well, I studied the House of Hanover with my love for history, and I can name all the kings, queens, spouses, children, and events during that period.
OK, can you tell me the year in which the House of Hanover succeeded the House of Stuart? Your house in order, because you're going to need to. And so here's how it works in round one. After the first clue, we'll earn 5 points. The second clue, 4 points, and so on, until just 1 point for the fifth clue. Our Cleverdicks have 2 minutes to score as many time after the first clue. Move on. Move on. Okay, round one. Jill, I remind you that you can move on if you get stuck, but your 2 minutes start now. Which element is this? It melts at around 839 degrees Celsius. It has the atomic number 20.
Move on.
Move on, calcium. These are all varieties of which food? Bull's horn.
No.
Sweet banana.
Mushroom.
Pimentas. Correct. Battle of Shrivings.
Move on.
Move on, Peter Schaefer. These are all former colonies of which country? Sao Tome. Portugal. Which mythological creature is this? It is in the book. In William still alive. Move on. Its highest point is Mount Arrogats. An orange.
No.
The country is land. Union. Its capital is Yerevan.
Kazakhstan.
No, it's Armenia. Archidamus,
No.
Mamilius, and I'm afraid your time is... Jill, at the end of that round, you have 4 points. You didn't get any Tudors and Stuarts or Hanovers. No, didn't get any of those.
No.
Jill, I was looking for a Shakespeare play.
Right.
I just thought... Perdita. And
Exit stage right.
pursued by... Stage direction.
Yes.
Exit pursued by a bear.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jill, well done on
Thank
4
you.
points. But now it's time for our second potential Cleverdick. Now, Aidan, what do you do?
I'm a tax advisor
Oh, no.
from Guildford.
Oh, no, right, let's move to something a bit more interesting. What else do you do?
So I go out running over the Surrey Hills every Sunday morning with my friends.
So, what's your quiz experience?
It's very limited, really. I was supposed to go on University Challenge, but I was busy doing my dissertation in Iceland, so I missed that because I had the winter vomiting bug.
Sounds like a lot of excuses to me. Are you here on Cleverdicks just to prove that... Now, why are you a Cleverdick?
I was taken to a pub quiz where I had to compete against 15 of my closest friends. They were one team and I was the other, and I still won.
Clearly. But you can tell me to move on.
I don't know.
40 French invasion. Airport. No, it was following all of these actors. Please pardon, sir. Good. But your 2 minutes begin now. In which country were these Test cricketers born? Grant Elliott, 1979.
Australia?
1963.
Zimbabwe?
No. Mackay Ntini, born 1977.
Sri Lanka?
No. Mike Proctor, 1946.
New Zealand?
And Basil D'Oliveira, born...
South Africa?
South Africa's correct. Which African country is this? Became independent from France on the 26th of June 1960.
Algeria?
No. Its flag is white, red and green. Sent a skier to the 2006 Winter Olympics. Shares its name with the title of a 2005 animated film. It was formerly called the Malagasy Republic.
Madagascar?
Correct. Which chart-topping band included the following? Alistair Campbell. James Brown.
Move on.
Move on, UB40. Which city is this? Birthplace of the MP Gerald Kaufman.
No.
Has a Roman Catholic cathedral dedicated to St Anne.
Birmingham?
No. Twinned with Dortmund, Durban and Lille.
Sheffield?
No. Natives of this city are nicknamed Loiners. Its football team plays at Elland Road.
Leeds?
Leeds, correct. These are works by which Italian artist? The Thames on Lord Mayor's Day. Eton College.
Canaletto?
Canaletto's correct. The common name of which genus of tree connects the following? Has the scientific name Acer?
Plane?
No. Toronto ice hockey team?
Maple Leaf.
Correct. Just in time. At the end of that round, Brian, you have 10 points. Brian, I was asking you about Canaletto, and you got it on Eton College. But did you also know that at a sale of Old Masters in 1992, Andrew Lloyd Webber stepped in because he wanted to stop a Canaletto from leaving England? And the painting was the old Horse Guard seen from St James's Park, and it's been called the finest view of London ever painted. And the cost was £10 million, and at the time that was a record for any piece by this artist.
Well, I have to be honest, I was unaware of that history.
And 3/4 of the way through round one, the scores stand at Aidan has 16 points, Brian has 10 points, but Jill, your Cleverdicks status is, I'm afraid, just a little bit in jeopardy.
Yes.
With 4 points. That's it for now, but after the break, our reigning Cleverdick, Paul, will begin the defence of his title. See you then. And welcome back to Cleverdicks. It's round one, and currently our scores are Aidan 16, Brian 10, and Jill 4. But now it's time to see whether our returning Cleverdick, Paul, can successfully hold off this competition. So, Paul, here is the competition.
Yes.
You're going to hold it off?
I hope so. I mean, compared to the last game when there were really huge scores, I mean, these scores looked lower, but last game I had a terrible first round. So,
Well, you had a terrible first round, but you still became the Cleverdick.
yes, yes.
Now, look, you are a Cleverdick because you're here for the 4th time. Why are you feeling sort of particularly Cleverdickish today?
I think I'm a Cleverdick because I managed to write 8 different speeches for a minister which essentially said the same thing in different words.
Ah, this was a speech which had 1 point repeated 8 times.
Yes, it was in a debate in the Lords about abolishing the regional development agencies.
You do disappoint me. You've said it's the Lords. I was certain when you said it was saying the same thing 8 times, but only one thing, that it was going to be Tony Blair.
Afraid not.
But anyway, good luck, and don't be so complacent.
I shall try not to be.
OK, Paul, you do have to get 5 points if you want to be absolutely certain of going into the next round. Don't smile. I've seen Cleverdicks fail at this point. Remember, you can tell me to move on, but your time starts, and now, which British Prime Minister am I describing? He wrote the scholarly work Studies on Homer and the Homeric Age.
Balfour?
No. He was criticised for failing to rescue General Gordon from Khartoum.
Gladstone?
Correct. Which TV comedy series is this? It was first screened in 1997. The cast included Phil Cornwall and Sally Phillips.
Men Behaving Badly?
No. The actor playing Michael later voiced Alexander the Meerkat.
Move on.
Move on. It's I'm Alan Partridge. Which contemporary writer is this? Born in 1927, he went to Europe in 1955 as foreign correspondent for El Espectador.
Next.
He was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1982.
Pablo Neruda?
No. He created the fictional town of Macondo. He had a long-standing feud with fellow author Mario Vargas Llosa.
Garcia. Gabriel Garcia.
Yes, Gabriel Garcia Marquez. These are all words from which European language? Coloman, meaning pigeon.
Spanish.
No. Estron, meaning alien. Gorsaf, meaning station.
Irish.
No. Bara, meaning bread.
Welsh.
Correct. Which body of water is this? First discovered by Jean Nicolet in 1634.
No.
Its largest island is called Beaver Island.
Next. Move on.
Move on. Lake
Yes, please.
Michigan. These were all peace treaties signed during which war? Bretini.
100 Years' War.
Correct, Cleverdick. These are songs from which musical? Grandma's Song.
Next.
The Stars Look Down.
Billy Elliot.
Billy Elliot is correct. And your time is up. But at the end of that round, Paul, you have 17 points. You got a Cleverdick on the 100 Years' War. You knew your Treaty of Bretigny pretty well before I'd said it. You've not only guaranteed yourself a place in the next round, but you've scored by 1 point the highest score in this round.
Yeah.
And at the end of round 1, Paul has 17 points, Aidan has 16, Brian 10, and Jill 4 points. So, Jill, I'm afraid you're not going to be our Cleverdick today. You gave it your best shot, but I'm afraid you were slightly off target.
I was.
Thank you for taking part. Thank you. That's the end of round 1, but you don't have to be a Cleverdick to know that round 2 is following closely behind, in which our 3 would-be Cleverdicks will play against each other using the buzzers. Fast and furiously. They'll need speed as well as knowledge. Let's play round 2. Paul and Aidan, you may feel you've got a little lead there over Brian, but I'm afraid we're resetting the scores to 0, and you'll all start playing from an equal base. Fingers on buzzers for your first question. A TV comedy series, please. It was originally entitled Dead... Paul.
Drop the Dead Donkey.
Correct, Paul. You now get 3 questions about fictional news. Which 2011 TV series was set in a BBC newsroom at the time of the Suez Crisis?
The Hour.
Correct. Your second bonus point. Which 1987 film starred William Hurt and Albert Brooks as rival TV reporters?
Network.
No. Can anybody take that? Anybody take it? Aidan.
Broadcast?
Go on.
News?
Yes, broadcast news. Your third and final bonus, Paul. In which 1976 film does an anchorman say, "I'm as mad as hell and I'm not going to take this anymore"?
That's Network.
It is. Well done. Fingers on buzzers for the next question. Which is the commonly used name for this church? Traditionally, the church was established by St. Mark around Paul.
St. Mark's, Venice.
No. It was one of the founders of the World Council of Churches in 1948. It is a member of the Oriental Orthodox tradition. The leaders' titles include Pope of Alexandria. Paul.
The Coptic Church.
Yes, the Coptic Church. 3 questions now about religion. Although no longer a state religion, what is regarded as the national religion of Japan?
Shinto.
Correct. Your second bonus. In Australian Aboriginal beliefs, what name is given to the creation and its great stories?
Walkabout.
Can anybody take that? Anybody take that? No? It is the Dreamtime. Your third and final bonus, Paul. Which branch of Protestantism is the most prevalent in Denmark?
Lutheranism.
Correct. Fingers on buzzers, please, for your third question. These are all pieces by which composer? Omphale's Spinning Wheel. Paul.
Saint-Saëns.
Correct. You now get 3 questions. They're all about classical music. The theme tune of which TV series starring Alan Davis was based on Danse Macabre?
Jonathan Creek.
Correct. A standard string quartet consists of 2 violins, a cello, and which other instrument?
A viola.
Correct. And your third and final bonus, Paul. Which celebrated string quartet was formed in 1947 by the Austrian-born Norbert Brennan?
The Amadeus Quartet.
Correct, Cleverdicks. Fingers on buzzers for your 4th question. A city this time, please. Home to the Radu Voda Monastery. Stands on the Dambovita River. Paul.
Kiev.
No. Became the capital of its country in 1862. A team from this city won the 1986 Euro... Paul.
Sofia.
No. Aidan. Aidan.
Bucharest.
Bucharest is correct. Aidan, you now get 3 questions and they're about Eastern Europe. What is the capital and largest city of Belarus?
Minsk.
Correct. Tallinn, the capital of Estonia, sits on which gulf of the Baltic Sea?
Bothnia.
No, can anybody take that? Brian.
Gulf of Finland.
Correct, Brian. Back to you, Aidan, for your third and final bonus. Kiev is the capital of which former Soviet republic?
The Ukraine.
Correct. We are now halfway through round 2 and the scores are Paul with 19 points. But a real battle going on between Aidan and Brian. Aidan, you have 4. Brian, you have 1. We still have 4 questions to go. There's everything to play for to get through to the next round. Fingers on buzzers for question 5. This is a famous fashion designer. He graduated from the Cordwainers Technical College in 1983. Paul.
McQueen.
No. He formed his company with Vogue accessories editor Tamara Mellon. Aidan.
Jimmy Choo.
Yes, Aidan, Jimmy Choo. You now get 3 questions about fashion. Who partnered Jemima French to launch a new fashion label in 1999?
No idea.
Can anybody take that? Anybody take it? It's Sadie Frost. Your second bonus, Aidan. Which Irishman started making hats for Chanel in 1991? Come on. No, can anybody take it? Paul.
Philip Tracy.
Correct. Back to you, Aidan, for your third bonus on this one. Christopher Bailey is best known for his role with which company? Famous for a distinctive tartan.
I have no idea.
Anybody take it? Paul.
Burberry.
Burberry's correct. Fingers on buzzers for the next question, please. An infamous Englishman. He was born in Oakham in 1649. He was thrown out of both Caius and St John's Colleges, Cambridge. After the Navy, he joined the household of the Catholic Duke of Norfolk. Paul.
Thomas Cromwell.
No. An Antarctic explorer was given his name as a nickname by his Paul.
Titus Oates.
Correct. Titus Oates. You now get 3 questions about conspirators. The Rye House plot had the aim of assassinating or causing insurrection against which British king?
Charles II.
Correct. Your second bonus coming. Which London street gave its name to a conspiracy of 1820?
Cato Street.
Correct. And your third and final bonus, Paul. Which plot of 1586 planned to put Mary, Queen of Scots, on the English throne?
No, I can't
Oh,
remember
anybody
it.
take that? Come on, anybody? No, it was the Babington plot. Fingers on buzzers for your penultimate question. These characters appear in the works of which author? Lord Arthur Goring. Paul.
Oscar Wilde.
Yes, Cleverdicks. You now get 3 questions about Wilde. Who played Wilde's lover, Lord Alfred Douglas, opposite Stephen Fry in a 1997 film?
Don't know that.
Anybody take that? Anybody guess it? No? Aidan.
Jude Law.
Correct. Back to you, Paul, for your second bonus. Which actor who played Wilde on film in 1960 also played the Reverend Sayer in The African Queen? Can anybody take it? Brian.
Robert Morley.
Correct, Brian. Robert Morley. Back to you, Paul, for your final bonus. Which of the Monty Python team played Wilde, trading witty remarks with George Bernard Shaw in a 1973 sketch?
John Cleese.
No, can anybody take that? Brian.
Graham Chapman.
Correct, Brian. Graham Chapman. Right, fingers on buzzers for your last question. Brian, it is possible for you to catch up. Which European monarch am I describing? He studied shipbuilding in the Netherlands. Brian.
Peter the Great.
Yes, Peter the Great. You now get 3 questions about European royalty. To which noble house or dynasty did Peter the Great belong? Can anybody take that? Aidan.
Romanov.
Correct, Aidan. Romanov. Your second bonus, Brian. After which battle of 1709 did the Russian Empire replace Sweden as the main Baltic power?
Narva.
No. Anybody? Paul.
Paul Tarver.
Correct, Paul. And your third and final bonus, Brian. The Peter the Great is a jewelled egg made by which Russian jeweller?
Fabergé.
Yes, Peter Carl Fabergé. And that's the end of round 2. What a round. Paul, you have 31 points. Aidan, you have 10 points. Brian, a late spurt. You have 9 points. That was some round. There was a point there on question 8, Brian, right at the end when I thought you were going to do it. Aidan, I was watching you throughout that round. You weren't as fast as you could have been on that buzzer. You kept hesitating above it. Hit it. Hit it, and then think. Paul, you led the whole way through. You were never in the remotest danger. And, of course, you had just the questions you wanted.
Yes.
You had the arts. You had the literature.
Yes.
And, of course, there was a television programme as well.
A television programme I actually watched, which is a nice change.
So, at the end of round 2, our scores are Paul 31, Aidan 10, Brian 9. So, Brian, I'm very much afraid you're not going to be today's Cleverdick. But congratulations on getting this far, but I'm afraid that your speed didn't quite keep up with your brain. Thank you for taking part.
Thank you.
And after the break, Aidan and Paul go head-to-head in the dreaded clash of the Cleverdicks. See you then. And welcome back. Aidan and Paul are about to come face-to-face in today's clash of the Cleverdicks. But only one of them will triumph and go on to the ultimate Cleverdick challenge. Aidan, how confident are you feeling?
I'm not feeling particularly confident, but I suppose looking at the last round, you know, you might look at it one way and say that he thrashed us, or you might look at it another way and he scored 21 points he didn't need to.
Or you might look on it that you were conserving your energies for this round.
That's certainly another way.
Yes, I don't think any of those is entirely true, but Paul, you're back here for the 4th time.
Yes.
You've triumphed 3 times, but you haven't managed to win any money yet.
No, no.
So how confident are you that you're going to get another chance of that today?
I'm just worried I might have used up all my run of good luck on the previous round because all the subjects really suited me, and I'm just worried that, you know, that's all gone. Everything's going to be terrible from now on.
Good luck to you both. And here's how round 3 works. Would-be Cleverdicks will be asked questions in turn. If they give a wrong answer, this will happen. But if they give a right answer, this will happen. As their triangle towers are being built or dismantled, a white line will be moving slowly towards them. And quite simply, whosever tower it hits first is out. Paul, you scored the highest in the last round, so you get to choose. Do I come to you first or second?
I would like to go first, please, Anne.
Let's play round 3. Paul, the medical term epistaxis is defined as bleeding from where?
The mouth.
No, the nose. Aidan, which party did the Republicans succeed in the 1850s as the main opposition to the Democrats?
Whig.
Correct. Paul, who painted the portrait of Winston Churchill, which Lady Churchill ordered to be destroyed?
Graham Sutherland.
Correct. Aidan, Sterling Moss scored the first of which team's 79 Grand Prix wins at Monaco in 1960?
Brabham.
No, Lotus. Paul, the terebinth tree is one of the earliest known sources of which substance?
Rubber.
No, turpentine. Aidan, in the 18th century, who wrote Journal of a Tour of the Hebrides and The Life of Samuel Johnson?
Boswell.
Correct. Paul, a catch-along is a type of which gemstone?
Opal.
Correct. Aidan, which people ruled by King Astyages was conquered in 550 BC by Cyrus, the future Persian emperor?
Babylonians.
No, the Medes. Paul, what is the name of the system used to organise knowledge into 10 groups that's abbreviated to DDC?
The Dewey Decimal Catalogue.
I'll accept that. The Dewey Decimal Classification. Aidan, the ABC Islands of Aruba, Bonaire and Curaçao are part of which European country?
Netherlands.
Correct. Paul, who directed the 1972 film The Discreet Charm of the Bourgeoisie?
Buñuel.
Correct. Aidan, which Pope commissioned Michelangelo to paint the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel?
Pius X.
Julius II. Paul, which temperature is the same on both the Celsius and Fahrenheit scales?
I can't remember.
-40. Aidan, what is the term for the highest scoring student in the top class of the maths tripos at Cambridge?
The Wrangler.
No, senior wrangler. Paul, who was the loosehead prop in England's 2003 Rugby World Cup final winning team?
I don't know.
Trevor Woodman. Aidan, which competition has been won by Salome, Severine, Milk and Honey, Carola and Lordy?
The Eurovision Song Contest.
Correct. Paul, in Suffolk, the River Gipping is the name for the non-tidal part of which other river?
The Orwell.
The Orwell is correct. Aidan, the works of which playwright include The Habit of Art and Kafka's Dick?
Tom Stoppard.
Alan Bennett. Paul, who became Secretary General of the United Nations on the 1st of January 1982?
Uthant.
No, Pere de Cuellar. Aidan, to whom is the quote, "He who can does, he who cannot teaches," attributed?
George Bernard Shaw.
Correct. Paul, who had a hit with Fit But You Know It in 2004?
The Streets.
Correct. Aidan, along with the Taff, which two other rivers reach the Bristol Channel in Cardiff?
Don't know.
Rhymney and Ely. Paul, amphibians consist of frogs and toads, salamanders and newts, and which other order of animals?
Axolotls.
No, Sicilians. Aidan, what surname do Herbert and Nick Simple adopt as detectives in the series of novels by Anthony Horowitz, beginning with The Falcon's Malteser?
I don't know.
Diamond. Paul, which oil is obtained... Oh. Aidan, the white line has hit your tire of triangles, but look, there's only one triangle in it. You certainly challenged our Cleverdick. That was so close. I'm so sorry. How were you feeling as it was going along?
It felt like I was, you know, making a real challenge, actually, against our Cleverdick champion. So I'm pretty pleased with how it went, although obviously I'm disappointed to lose.
I think you need to be very pleased with that. I think that's a very, very good performance against a 3 times reigning Cleverdick. Aidan, you were very close to having Cleverdick status. You are quite obviously a very dedicated bookworm, although sadly you've reached your final chapter this time. Thank you for taking part. And after the break, Paul will be hoping to win £5,000 in our hugely demanding final challenge. See you then. And welcome back to the final part of Cleverdicks. Our Cleverdick for a 4th time is Paul. So well done, congratulations, Paul. You've had 3 previous goes.
Yes.
On none of those occasions have you managed to beat our final challenge.
No.
Some you've come closer than others, and last time you had 35 seconds left.
Yep.
Let's just remind ourselves how it happened. Which 3 metals are used in the alloy called gunmetal?
Tin.
Yes.
Silver.
No.
Tin. Nickel.
No.
Copper.
Yes.
And steel.
No. Oh. So, trying again, but the
Yes.
fun's increasing all the time. What changes of strategy have you got this time?
I tend to get stuck. I mean, last time it wasn't food and drink for a change. It was the royal family and gunmetal, as I recall.
Yeah, you got tin and copper, but you lost out on zinc.
Yes, I could have gone through all the metals in the periodic table before I got to that, probably.
Well, good luck this time.
Thank you.
The last 4 times, the prize fund wasn't won. So it's rolled over to today and currently stands at £5,000. But winning it isn't going to be easy. And here's how it works. Questions will fall down every few seconds. Each time a question is answered correctly, it will drop off, allowing all the others to move down. The clever Dick can only ever answer the question at the bottom. If he gets stuck, he has 2 chances to say drop, and the question will drop off the bottom. To win the final and today's prize fund, he has to survive for 2 minutes. But if the tower of questions touches the white line before that time, the game will end, and the prize fund will roll over to next time. So let's play the final. Paul, I remind you that you have 2 drops and your time starts now. Which alkaloid remedy for malaria is found in the bark of many cicona trees?
Quinine.
Correct. Which town in Yorkshire shares its name with the capital of Nova Scotia?
Halifax.
Correct. In Greek mythology, which titan stole fire to give it to mankind?
Prometheus.
Correct. Which Latin term is often applied to educational establishments and means bounteous mother?
Alma mater.
Correct. Which group from Wigan sold over 3 million copies in the UK of their 1997 album Urban Hymns?
The Verve.
Correct. Which Frenchman became Allied Supreme Commander on the Western Front in early 1918?
Foch.
Correct. Which detective created by Ruth Rendell shares his name with a county in Ireland?
Wexford.
Correct. Which large desert occupies almost all of Botswana, much of Namibia, and parts of South Africa?
Kalahari.
Correct. The Kowloon Peninsula is part of which special administrative region?
Hong Kong.
Correct. Which sweet fortified wine is most commonly used to make Zabaglione?
Marsala.
Correct. What name for a breed of black or red beef cattle is derived from 2 traditional Scottish counties?
Angus. Sutherland. Argyll and Sutherland.
No.
Blast. Kirkcudbright.
No. No. No.
Lanark.
No. No.
Inverness.
No.
Oh, blast.
You had 2 drops left. You had 2 drops left.
Yeah, I just forgot
I was
about
waiting for you to drop it. It was
Yes.
Aberdeen Angus. If you dropped it, you'd have done it. Oh, I can't stand it. All you had 2 drops. You hadn't used either drop.
No, I just forgot about it.
Oh dear, Paul. You and your drop strategy.
Yes. The strategy just disappeared.
You
from
had 13 seconds.
Yes. Oh.
Right, Aberdeen Angus
Yeah.
was the answer. Let's supposing this had dropped off. Which year's Summer and Winter Olympics, scheduled to be held in Japan, were cancelled due to war?
1940.
Correct. In chemistry, what does a calorimeter measure?
Heat.
Yes. Which 14th century theologian initiated the first complete translation of the Bible into English?
Wycliffe.
It was Wycliffe, yes, John Wycliffe. What do the letters SM usually stand for in the internet abbreviation SMTP?
I can't remember that.
SMTP. Simple Mail. Transfer Protocol. Lemony Snicket is a pseudonym used by which author of the A Series of Unfortunate Events?
Daniel Handler.
Yes, that's correct. As Chinese time is the same countrywide, if entering China from Afghanistan, what time do you gain?
An hour.
No, actually it's 3.5 hours. Then, under what name does Robin Hood initially appear in the Walter Scott novel Ivanhoe?
Robin of Locksley.
Yes. And in the 1979 Star Trek film, the fictional Sixth Probe of which space programme plays a key role?
Viking.
No, it's Voyager. Paul, I don't want to rub it in,
No.
but if you dropped, and remember you had 2 drops, not even 1.
Yes.
You got stuck on 1 question today.
Yes.
And that was all that stood between you and £5,000.
Yes, I'm a total idiot, really.
No, you're not a total idiot. You're a clever dick. You are here for the 4th time, fully established as a clever dick. But you've only got 1 more opportunity this series. You could have got it today. Let's hope you have better luck and a cooler nerve next time. Thank you for playing. And that's it for today. Please join me again next time when, because it wasn't won today, the prize fund increases to £6,000 and Paul will be taking on 3 new potential Cleverdicks. See you then.